guys, and thanks for tuning in to another edition of Dungeons and Distractions. I have the wonderful world of Gnomoria up and running again. As you can see, we're getting ourselves a little bit progressive. It takes a little bit of time for these gnomes to get stuff done for some reason. They're taking their time here. We're going to actually suspend these workbenches just so they get the other workbenches built, because we should have them built soon. I need them built so I can build a well. That's what I need, a well. There we go. And the reason I need a well is so that they can drink, because their drinks are getting to about 87. We're getting a little bit later into the season of spring. We're about halfway through spring, which is a little concerning because I did want to get a market stall up and running soon so I can start getting trade goods in. So I have a stupid amount of wood and a stupid amount of dirt that I can just get rid of through that guy. It may not get me anything, but it gets rid of it, which is, I think, ideal. At the same time, though, you could always use clay to create the red stone and things like that, so you might want that for an aesthetic purpose. Additionally, in this episode, I'm going to try and get the stonemason built. I'm going to try and get my wood production started so I can start building a little bit more of a focused structure. I might actually move some stuff around. Not this season, I might just put more farms so that we have more production that way. These guys are chopping down the rest of these applewood trees, so we can have some applewood logs coming in here. And there we go. So we have our stone cutter and stonemason set up. So I'm going to actually set priority 4. This guy's going to start cutting some raw blocks. We're going to get this up to 10, like usual, and 35 as the extra. Now I realize it's a little bit excessive early game, but at the same time, it's what I want. Now, I don't think I need... Oh, I do need troughs. So this guy's going to make 2 troughs. And that's all I need. Oh, I might need a furnace as well, I think. I think that's what I need to build a workshop, misc, kiln. That makes bricks. Market stall, here we go. Chair and tables, so these guys can actually make the workbenches, but not the tables. So we'll just unsuspend you and remove the suspension from you. Now what's going to happen here is these guys are going to start production on these again. It might be a little bit slower because I cut off the actual thing. I don't have as many units in here as well. So I'm hoping my Kingdom Worth will bring me some gnomes soon. I know that gnomes generally come on the 12th day of or at the end of the 12th day of the season. So I'm not going to see any new gnomes for another 6 days, which is going to slow production down a little bit. And I am building pretty excessively. But once these walls are done, I'm not going to worry about building anything else in this general vicinity for now. I am going to have to remove this at some point. These guys are kind of cleaning that up a little bit right now too. You can see they're still producing the stuff I need them to produce. And actually, let's see if I can build the workshop for the wood. Carpenter. Carpenter. There we go. I don't have the necessary stuff to do that, but I will need... Oh, hit the wrong button again. Here we go. I will need this particular place to create a couple saws, or one saw in general. So we'll have that create a table saw, so then I can build the sawmill. The sawmill is really efficient. It basically will make it so these are negated, and you just get rid of those completely. That'll free up 2 spots, and we can start loading. Our wood's going to go up here, so our stone should probably go in here. I think this is the stone pile, yeah. So our stone's going to fill up this, our wood's going to fill up this, and that'll just make it accessible. So these guys will just tour around here, and these guys can just tour around here, and that just makes everything easier for everybody. So they're taking their sweet-ass time doing all this fun stuff. Do. My yaks are still touring out there for some reason. They like that. Build furniture trough. Where's the trough? That's not the trough. And did I build that? No. There it is. Trough. Now, every time I build a trough, I don't know if they fix this or not. It usually produces 2 for some reason, so I'm going to actually just build 2 there. I have 2 in queue, but sometimes that doesn't really work out. So I'm going to actually remove terrain, remove ramp, remove this ramp. I know that they're still collecting this stuff, and I want that gone. And we're going to fell these trees right outside the gates as well, so I don't have to worry about creatures getting in. They're going to finish up these trees here. We're going to get the applewood logs put inside, and everybody should be happy as pig and shit, because that's what they are right now. They're literally just living in a dirt home. It's like what goblins live in every day, right? This is where they originally build all their stuff. They kind of have this developmental world for them. They kind of create this thing. I'm not going to cancel these planks. I don't really need them being produced here. Workbench and all that stuff. This guy's probably got a stupid amount of planks here. Oh yeah, lots of planks. Lots of production there. Probably a pretty decent builder now. You're going to have to put that there, because I'm not going to do that for you. You're going to have to go all the way around to do it. But that's okay. Almost have these walls completed, which is good. These guys are going to progress a little bit further. I'm going to have to build a workbench soon so I can start producing tables. I could make some stone tables, I guess. Let's see, a stonemason. Make some tables, some stone tables. How many? 5 stone for a table? That's a lot of stone for a table. There's a trough 4 for the trough, so they should be building the trough soon. Oh wait, I don't think I set the priority up on this. I did not. Accepted generated jobs is also on. Is this still got accepted? Nope, that one doesn't, and it's rank 4. So hopefully that guy will jump ship soon. Get that started. Now these guys are coming, they are taking away from my productivity. All these guys doing their fun stuff in there too, which is a little bit of a shame. Hey, these guys are almost done there though. So, I've been working on some other stuff as I've been sitting here kind of hammering out a couple episodes of Gnomoria. I'm going to be working on Sword Coast Legends as well. I'm going to create a new character when I boot it up. And I'm also going to show you some of the DM tools as well, because a lot of people don't really like the DM tools. They see them as kind of a wasted opportunity from Sword Coast, from Wizards of the Coast rather. And you know what? And I don't see it that way. I see it as if your friends like to play D&D together, you could go online, you can create adventures, and you can play them. And if you have an active DM in the actual game, it's almost as if you're playing the actual game itself, as you know, Dungeons and Dragons goes. The unfortunate part is the reality that people probably wouldn't see it that way. They miss that pen and paper, and I don't blame them. Like, I prefer the pen and paper methods as well. I'd like to sit at the table and talk to my friends at the same time as playing a game that we all enjoy. And if you guys aren't Dungeons & Dragons fans and you like to just kind of watch this kind of elemental stuff, this kind of play, I do have a couple other games that are kind of similar to this. One called Timber and Stone. It is brutal in the sense that it is like unforgivingly difficult. Anyone that's played it could probably agree with me, unless you're some sort of ridiculously good player at it. I get my ass handed to me whenever I play it. Like, I'm really bad at it. I have lost so many times at playing it, and it's always resources that I run out of, which is, I think, the most devastating thing about the whole game. You know, like, why would I run out of resources? I shouldn't run out of resources. That's the opposite of what I should be doing. Now, my animals should stay in the pasture. I'm actually going to make this pasture bigger so I can have more female animals here. How much more? What does that give me? That gives me 8 females. Okay, that's lots of females. So that's lots of troughs, lots of females. That is lots of yaks. It's unfortunate you don't get yak leather from the yaks themselves. I guess you can't really shave leather off of a thing. That's kind of terrifying and horrible, so don't do that. Hey, these guys are going to start going over there. They're going to start hauling the wheat that's out here somewhere there, because I think that's where the original caravan was. And we're on our next day. We're on day 7 now, and I could probably start building into this now too. I could build some small buildings and things like that. Production plant of some kind. I know I've got my wood and stone over here, so maybe metal production will be on this side. This side will just be all of my wood and stone workers. That's another thing too. You always want to make sure that your workers don't have to travel far to sleep. The disadvantage to having your units or your characters farther away from where they sleep is just that. They have to travel further, which slows down productivity, and you know, it just isn't as economical and fun. As you can see, idle workers drive people insane. So these guys here are now being very productive in that they're filling all of the trade goods that are on the outside rim and bringing it inside the fort. I'm a big fan of that. The disadvantage with that is going to be when the goblins attack, because they are going to come from the outside of the fort and into the fort, where we don't want that. Now the nice thing is, if I put a stone door up at the front of the fort, it kind of annoys them, but at the same time, as it gives me some extra time to kind of react to the goblins coming through. So we're going to do that. We're going to put a stone door there. And then I'm going to stop production on that stuff. I'm going to start production on these actual buildings. I'm still waiting on a couple chairs, which I think you should be working on. Oh yeah, there we go. Working on it right now. So once one chair gets built, this should build this stuff. This is actually already done, so we should have that completed, and I have 7 of those, but they're still working on the marble door. I want to give them stone swords, but I know that if I give them weapons, it's going to make it less advantageous for the gnomes themselves, because they're not going to utilize that Way of the Gnome perk that you give them. Way of the Gnome perk is just like a nice little thing to give them early game so that they can swarm the enemy and beat the crap out of them and still be dexterous enough not to be hit too often. General rule of thumb is I usually lose at least 1 gnome limb. Maybe not a gnome. Usually a gnome will lose a limb, usually a leg. Slows them right down. Oh, a monitor lizard. That means the animals are starting to spawn. He's thirsty, which is not good. He's in good health, but he's thirsty. Or she is, rather. Sorry. It's a female. If they're thirsty, that means they might actually come after us for food and drink now. That's not so good. Not a big fan of that. Bright side is, because this is food and stuffs, I'm going to actually put my my drink vendor here, and I'll put a storage capacity for food so that he can just kind of grab fruit, put it in there. The liquids and stuff will be stored there. And I might actually use this as a meat storage. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We'll set this up so that's there, and that's there. And those can be actually my... might go extra 3 in. And we'll dig that corner out. There. That puts it so I can put my butcher table and my kitchen there, and that means that they can produce food there. These guys are happier now. They should have some wheat. Not very much. Okay. So the wheat actually should be growing soon, hopefully. Damn it. Can be hit E. E does this, by the way. You can see underground. It kind of frees up your vision a little bit. You can kind of see what's under everything. You're many layers deep of all this stuff, too. I don't like that view, but it is useful if you get stuck in a situation where your armies are in a little bit of a rough spot. Now, I have a carpenter. The carpenter is good in that they can produce sticks. If you have them create 7 sticks, that means they'll produce 14. So that means you'll always have an even number of sticks, and they'll always produce 1 extra for you, which is always good. I will need tables, so I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 tables. And I believe I want them to produce 2 crates. We'll crate to 2 barrels. Create 1, 2, craft 2, 2. We're gonna have to craft 2, yeah. So, and then torches. Now I have 1 coal, which I don't know where I got it. It's probably from mining down below. Torches are a little bit of a hit and miss thing. They are advantageous in that I can build them and put them up everywhere really nicely, but I don't have a kiln yet. Or a furnace or whatever it is that I can use to create that stuff now. That's unfortunate. This is great, though. Sawmill's created, so now I can create pine. We'll go 10, create 35, and then we're going to go birch logs. We're going to create 10 birch logs as well. I'm going to move that up, and then we're going to go birch log one more time, and we'll produce 35 of those. And this will go up to priority 4. Don't accept generated jobs. Same with you. Do not accept generated jobs. Priority 4, and now I don't need these, so I can deconstruct both of these, and that gets rid of those 2 locations, and these guys can start producing those, and that frees up 2 more soldiers, or 2 more characters to produce and build stuff as well. Doesn't look like we have any monsters. Now I do want to put torches outside of the base. Torches outside of the base means that I can see outside of the base at night. If goblins attack, that's ideal. Do I have an emissary location? I don't, so I should probably build one of those as well. Let's do that. We'll build a location specialized for emissaries. I'm going to build this, and I'm going to build my Great Hall right here. Why not? We'll have some fun with it. And we'll go 4 up, we'll go this way, we'll 4 up that way, and we'll come up this way 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and we'll come up 3. I think that's right. Is that right? That's the wall. That's the wall. That's the wall. That is not the wall. Oh, okay. We'll go that way. And then we'll just open this up a little bit, create a kind of unique style to it, and I can actually 2, connect these, and we'll create a hallway that goes to here. That hallway will lead into the emissary bedrooms, which are going to be a little bit larger because they need to be. They probably should be bigger than that too, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just make this come up from here. There we go. Now we'll go 4, and we'll go 4, like that. And we can make this just a training room of some kind, possibly extra storage. Or this is where I said I was going to do my metalworking, so maybe I should make this metalworker's delight. Just add one more to this, bump that over, we'll just put all these back in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, boom, there we go. And now they can just put those down, I'll just drop the metal in behind it. I can even just put it over here. Let's put one here, and we'll just put another storage room right here for the metal. And 3x4 bedrooms. And what that'll do is we can just put the masons over here. From here to 3x4. I don't. We'll just free that up, and we'll put these in as the specialty characters. This area here can be built up like that. I may even have a kitchen-like area over here as well. And the reason I'll have a kitchen here is maybe I'll just have storage for food. Because it's a great hall. You want to have access to that kind of stuff at all times. You know, what if one of your people gets upset about something for some reason? Because it's an emissary, and emissaries are temperamental. It's just like, oh, you done screwed up because you didn't have that accessible at this time. I don't know. But either way, we've got our furniture set up. Our doors are stone door. There we go. We got our stone door going up now, and which is good, which means we have just a little bit more defenses. All of our walls are up. Our pasture is a little bit larger. We have our wood production and all this now, so we can start progressing our actual economy now. Everything's getting a little bit cleaned up. It's not as dirty as it was before, and these guys are slowly working away at the wood here as well. So this is all kind of coming together. As you can see, our Gnomoria, all of our gnomes are happy. Next time on Gnomoria, or next time on Dungeons and Distractions, we'll probably jump into the world of trade. We'll get a market still built up. We'll invite an emissary here. I didn't even look at the diplomacy I have right now. 3 days away. So if we were to invite him 3 days from now, you know what? I think I'm going to invite him now. We'll host him now. We'll get a bedroom set up for him. I don't even have production for that, so I might actually build... Do I have enough for a straw bed? I don't even have any straw. That's not good. Okay, we're going to deconstruct one of these. So I can put the straw in the troughs, because I don't... Oh, they still have some straw in there. That's okay. This will help. This will help. I really need my straw. I need it to grow a little bit quicker. I wish I had planted it earlier. That's a little frustrating. Okay, well maybe that'll be part of what we do tomorrow, or next time on this particular fort. We'll do that. We'll start production on that. This is all completely dug out. I don't need to worry about doing any more stuff with that for a bit. And we'll get our production all set up and everything good to go. But I do need that trade. That's why I need to host an ambassador, so I can get that trade or that trader to come in so I can start production that way. Additionally, I do need my drinks. My drink needs to be set up, and that'll be done next time as well. So again, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. My buddy Liam's website is linked in the bottom below. So if you do have any interest in maybe working with him on something interesting, all the information you need is right from that link down there. As well as our Facebook page and all that information, which I'm pretty sure I already mentioned like 30 seconds ago. But as you can see, the gnomes are busy and busheling away. And as always, don't forget, every dungeon has its distraction.